a pattern, it's really easy to read the King Dedede. So you have to really stay on your toes to actually not get into these really predictable patterns or like gimmicky plays. And I'm sure that Cerulean won't do that, but it's actually one of the challenges of King Dedede. Like, you don't want to get too predictable with these really commitment-heavy actions or attacks. But here we go. Already into it. I was going to say, this is not a warm-up, right?
No, absolutely not. No.
Like a bit too into it.
Oh, early on the cape there, does get the throw out. Oh, immediately air dodging down to get back into his face. Nice idea.
Looked a bit silly. Of course, UncleBen rocking that Joker nickname as well. We're all excited, I think. Are we? No? Okay. It's just me. But yeah,
no, well, I mean, like, yeah, absolutely. It's always nice to see a new character coming into the game. Quite a strong character who was well known last year, so it's good to have him here. Up air. Man, the hammer is really beastie. Oh, onto stage. Not a good idea there, but landing very nicely. Starting maybe the Mario goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
Getting back head in the face, though. Oh, good angle, but it's not enough.
Oh, another one. No. Okay. Here goes.
Oh, okay. Had to drop it.
Oh my god, even the smallest thing will send that Gordo flying back into his face. He has to be careful about that. I was just thinking about it, like, what kind of options do Mario have to kind of bring those Gordo back to him? But the fireball, it does the job.
Yeah, it's literally, they are stronger as an overall hitbox and an overall tool, but they are much more reflective.
Yeah.
And what I do like about it as well is that, you know, the ability to suck in the Gordos and fire them out means that he can, like, throw them out in one way and then play with them in a completely different way afterwards to, like, mix up how he's going to be using the Gordos.
Yeah. Physics me, bro. Like, I really like how the Gordo works in that fashion. You can get really confused if you don't, you know, as I said before, stay on your toes. But here we go. I think this is so, like, easy to see also that, you know, all of these players really deserve getting at this far. They're so evenly matched. And there we go, Cerulean taking finally the first stock.
Yeah, we're just phasing back a little bit with that Gordo, and it catches Ben off guard. But
okay, that's not gonna work. Tries to make it back here. Up and away.
Covers nice and normally. Rolls on and gets the back air though. The boot to the face. That'll be sweet spot, and that's 2 apiece.
Yeah, and I think really just like these two characters going head to head to this is such, I don't know, I just really love seeing this kind of, especially King Dedede. It's one of those characters that I haven't actually played a lot against, so it's really fun for me to see how a good player can actually works this one out. I wouldn't be able to do what Cerulean does right now, I tell you that.
Yeah, Ben though with these wonderful Mario combo strings, as we know he's good for. Ooh, okay, not really following up, no major punish there. Perhaps just hesitating a little bit. The up airs and then the down tilts, beautiful.
And besides actually, like, you know, sucking up the Gordo, you can mix up the angling. All of these hammer hits are so strong. Right now.
Going in with a nair. Maybe disrespecting how, not disrespecting, but kind of underestimating how strong the hammer really is.
He keeps walking into these kind of close range Gordos, and he has to be a bit more careful. Still so evenly matched, holy crap. So hitting both of them right. I mean, Joker really have to think outside of the box to kind of see what he can do to counter those Gordos. Not only the fireballs, but actually anything else. And that's going to be a bit harder since, you know, Mario doesn't really have any like disjointed hitboxes or anything like that. Oh, no Gordo there for you. Can't do that.
You can see how at the spacing that he used it, you know, it just forces an option to come out, and you have to kind of get over, which just leaves you hanging in the air for so long. Up air is enough. Below the stage.
It was cute. Cerulean actually like sucked in one of those fireballs. Not very useful, but style points.
Yeah, it kind of works a little bit like Pocket, but it's like you have to immediately use it, I guess.
Okay, that works.
Should be noted that they use just like breathing in the opponent, just sucking them in. It's like 15%, 14 as it starts to get lower. That's silly damage just for pressing B. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm about King Dedede in the top 8, but let's see if Joker actually will hinder that. It's risky business. Oh my god, okay, he did not...
missed it by a hair, unfortunately. Yeah, just a little bit too far away.
Yeah, a bit overestimating that a bit, but He still has a good, I was gonna say 80%, but he's starting to lose it now a bit. I think Cerulean still has this in the bag. I think it's looking very convincing so far. Don't prove me wrong. Don't cast a curse me now. This can't be.
Back throw. Yeah, waiting for that moment to see the get up a little bit too late, or maybe a bit too early rather.
And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. Is that there it is? Okay, nice work from Cerulean. But the kind of options that King Dedede has, just Cerulean was throwing out those Gordos and the hammer, but it's not like he doesn't really have a lot of options. So it's about being creative with the options that you do have. Yes. Yeah, and so I'm real like. He's doing a really good job with actually mixing it up with those Gordos, because he's basically just playing with physics, like in that way, like shooting out that. But yeah, I don't know, really good plays from Cerulean.
Yeah, I mean, and UncleBen was getting close for sure. Had a few moments to punish that maybe could have been a little bit tighter for him, but you know, it's different being in game and being able to see those opportunities and just input correctly in the time you have.
Yeah, and
player 2 joined.
Oh, the Pro Controller. Hayes in the crowd. Don't you do this. Don't you dare do this.
Whenever I say to someone, disconnect your controller, they just press the top button. That's not disconnecting it. No. That's turning it off.
Yeah.
Desync it. Come on.
Yeah. I actually got really nervous because when I was walking here before, I looked in my bag and I saw that my controller had the player 3 on, so it was connected to one of the setups here out. So I had to go back to it and make sure that I'm not canceling any games. And if anyone goes to tournament, do think about that. If you use a Pro Controller, you can really mess something up if you don't.
Yeah.
Fortunately enough, nothing bad happened here, and we're going into the second game.
Oh baby.
And I do also want to point out about UncleBen is that I think he was running a few of the brackets as well, so he has had a lot of things to think about, and he still made it out of the pools, the round-robin pools, and now working off of winners round 2 here. So it doesn't sound like much, but actually having to think about those things and taking care of players and stuff, that really does take a toll on you mentally. So I'm really cool to see that he can do both.
Yeah, he hasn't got the ability to just sit down and play some friendlies whenever he wants. Time is very much just dedicated to TOing and then playing and hoping it goes well.
Yeah, but that also speaks for Phoenix Blue's amazing TOing. He can still do that and still play the game, and we have had a great event so far. So
yeah, it's been
shout outs to them.
Been running smooth.
Yeah, super well.
You wouldn't want to get hit by that.
No,
would you?
Yeah. Let's be real.
That would hurt.
I would for sure not survive that one. Okay, follows the path of the Gordo there. I like that. Like the thought. Yeah, but I think UncleBen is struggling a bit to kind of get close to him, because he knows that Gordo always is sort of like it's really hard to get into him there. He does try with those back airs, but it's basically the limitation of Mario, I feel, more or less, more than the limitation of him as a player. Oh, uses that fireball. Nice.
Yeah. And just going underneath, just about surviving. Good stuff there from UncleBen to get a nice clean recovery. Back throw, perhaps. Yep, it'll go off. Not enough to take the stock, though, of course. No. That's a big penguin.
Oh yeah, penguins. I forgot about that. Is that a dead meme? Can we still say penguins for the Europeans? Are we okay?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay. At least this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've mentioned it twice already over the course of the weekend.
Oh, okay. So, sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Just have at it. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah. All right. Similar situation as in the first game. Both of these players just going at it, closing in to 200% soon. This big boy is finally going to fly off the stage. Big boy
Down
penguin.
Air kills. 170, of course it should be at that point.
Yeah.
The Gordo's coming out 15% as well.
Yeah, okay, UncleBen is starting to find these options, actually. I mean, he did get dunked there, but I mean, besides that, he actually is finding his way in there with that. Down air is actually doing some stuff, so it's almost, to me, it looks like UncleBen is kind of figuring out this this matchup a bit ad hoc here. Like, he might have played King Dedede before, but has he played Cerulean like this before? I don't know.
And he's figuring things out for sure. I mean, just definitely like being a little bit safer with a lot of his options here and there, and just waiting a bit more before going in. So he is making sure to maximize his strength whenever he can.
Goes for it. I respect that.
You roll back. Yeah, you roll back.
You get out of there.
Absolutely no chance of shielding that, bro.
Yeah.
That would have been Shield Break City. Population U.
Okay, Cerulean slowing down the pace a bit here. Doesn't want the things to get out of hand, making sure to keep UncleBen far away from him so he can just kind of use those Gordos, rack up some damage, and then finish him off. Oh, yeah. So cute with those fireballs. Really appreciate that. Yeah, and he really doesn't want to go too far off ledge though. Because when that penguin goes up, you don't want to be close to it.
Oh, that's going to be it.
Yeah, powered up hammer.
Yeah, the high. Sure.
Just as we say that, man. The blow for blow, every time.
High Gordo for hammer, and then Mario's just like, yeah, but I have a forehead. Oh my word.
Oh, no.
Into the Gordo to land into up tilt, nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, oh, the forehead, like, what is it? In Swedish, you say like Danish skull is basically when you like really hit someone with the head. But then I saw that UncleBen was the Swedish one, so dang it.
Could have. Oh, right. Yeah. A Swedish scone, did you say?
A Swedish skull, like a skull.
Oh, right.
Like before hit someone with your forehead.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. We have names for that as well. Yeah.
We have words for that.
Yeah.
All right. But here we go, like last stock with these play. It really does come to show like how evenly matched people are at this event. Like even in pools, like there were some good games going on, and I think a lot of people that didn't make it through pools were, you know, really good. There are some really close games, so really just goes to show how the skills are of these penguins. Huh. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Good.
That was interesting.
Just being aware of the reflective properties of the Gordos, all jumping over with the back air, but gets caught with a forward tilt. Again, Cerulean just... The hammer, man, it's big, got some range.
Yeah, and they're pretty much in the same percent if you keep in mind of the weight of both of these characters. The Gordo really stayed out for a long time there, but now it's all about this last big one here. Can it be it?
Yes. That is enough,
Whoa.
yeah.
Okay.
Didn't even give us the hit sparks.
Yeah.
So it feels like...
Was that a DI?
Oh, yeah, it seemed like Ben was saying, how do I DI that?
Yeah.
It seemed like he kind of like went in, maybe.
Well, I like that. Yeah, it actually looks like he is explaining that. That's so cool. Actually asking for feedback, like right after the game.
Yeah. It's nice though, that's the thing, like...
Yeah, the camaraderie.
Yeah, could you imagine someone being like, man, what do I do there? And like, there's nothing you can do. I know what you can do, but I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my secret until I've 3-0'd you.
I think I've only heard that about like once, but usually like even when I played now, I had when I played in pools, a guy came up to me like after we played, he actually asks me like, can I give you feedback? And I really just appreciate those kind of things, like not just going into like, hey dude, you should do this a bit better. They're just asked like, I don't know. Yeah, camaraderie of the European scene here. Really good to see.
Oh, baby. We saw UncleBen highlight a Snarky a little bit.
Ooh.
Will it come out? Will it come out? Or will he stick
he's
with,
just teasing us at this
or will
point.
he stick with the Mario? He's going for the snake. Okay.
Okay, it's going to be projectile mayhem. Yeah. For this one.
Tough. This makes it be interesting. Again, very, very trap heavy. Yay!
Yeah,
grenades!
That's how it works, okay.
Although good to know that nades don't immediately hit it back. It's not that weak, a Gordo.
Interesting to see, though. Almost reminds me of, like, you know, Ally playing Mario and Snake, but really interesting to see how this matchup goes. I haven't seen too much of Snake and King Dedede, but I can only imagine that all of these projectiles will just send the Gordo straight back into his face, so he has to be ready for sure. Whoa, okay, that even works.
Yeah, the mortar hits really, really far below, it seems. Using the grenade to like pop himself up nicely. Weird. Maybe that was intentional, maybe it wasn't, I don't know.
Yeah, he's really just kind of showering this stage with grenades and bombs everywhere.
The snake game plan. Mortar.
That was such a cool recovery, like how he just dropped out of that, realizing that Cerulean was going to go after him just before letting go of that. Okay, goes all the way up. Snake, of course, one of the characters with such a sick recovery.
Yeah.
It's almost insane. I don't know, like, have you seen that video where he just survives for several minutes off the stage? Now he can do that, just blow himself up, get right back into it. But not like that, not like this.
Yeah. Interesting to see though, like the main thing when that comes to playing Snake is that, you know, if he has a nade in hand, do not attack the shield, because like, you know, when he presses, well, of course, going in at him, pressing shield does, I believe, drop the grenade, so you know, it will just be waiting there for you when you're attacking his shield, so gotta be careful.
Snake definitely one of the more technical characters in the sense that you really have to think outside of the box, not the box that he hides in, though. But
outside of the hitbox. Oh, nice pivot grab. There it is, the sleep, and
sends him flying. Really good. Oh, he did it! He actually did it.
Good night, sweet prince there.
Oh, man, that's gotta feel some pain there for UncleBen.
I'm glad Cerulean did that again, just because he was doing a lot of shield breaks yesterday. UncleBen should have just probably worn it, just wear it, you know.
Yeah. But good of Cerulean to kind of show where the boundaries are. You can't do that to me, not when I have the hammer up.
So it's now a stock lead for Cerulean over UncleBen. Does it all very nice. Reads the roll backwards, gets the up tilt again.
Puts up a wall with those grenades, but no, Cerulean just waits outside of that wall. He doesn't need to go back into it. Okay, challenging him off stage. He can do that. He does have a stock up. He doesn't need to be afraid.
That is a high up air, and that's going to be enough.
Wow.
That is a 3-0 to Cerulean then over UncleBen. Both times it didn't give us the hit sparks, because the strength of the move seems to be, the game seems to think it's quite a weak-ish move, or a weaker move, but because of the height that Dedede can get to land it, there you go. Polito is just shaking his head. Nah, fam. Nah. No, accept it. No, accept it.
I do like that, you know, the last game was also finished by an up air, and I mean, because he was asking about it like the previous game, like, how do I DI out of this, and then he dies in the same way.
You DI this way, and he's like, I'm going to do it again, watch.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. But yeah, Cerulean played well, gets a shield break too. Good of him to keep true to his form. But no, UncleBen played nicely. You know, came closer in a couple of the games. The Snake seemed to be, I understand why he maybe wanted to try something different, because he felt maybe the Mario wasn't working out. But Cerulean managed to deal with it quite well. Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense that, like, when you have your last game left like that, you do want to see if you have any other option that actually can bring something out and just turn the tide. But not this time. He still is in losers though, so he's not out yet. But
it's not over yet, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, a few more games to be played, of course. Let's have a look at our next one. We've got Vision versus Suntherian.
Oh yeah, and I actually played this gentleman to the right here in pools. That was scary. Yeah. That was scary. Like I was looking at the people in my pool and I was seeing